Hey. Alright. Hi guys, it's Kelly. This is now the 4th time I am trying to film this damn video. For whatever reason, my phone was freaking out, but we got it back. We deleted some old videos off the phone. I guess there was not enough storage, whatever. We figured it out. To recap, I'm repotting all of my 4-inch pots from their nursery pots into a slew of colors. One, because I like these better than the nursery pots. They are cuter. And yeah, that's really it. So the first one I did was the Hoya Crimson Princess. This was actually labeled as the Hoya Australis Tricolor. As far as I know, there is no Australis Tricolor. It looks like a princess. It feels like a princess. It quacks like a princess. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah, it's a princess. Hoya Crimson Princess. It's a beautiful one. Look at this reverted stem growing out. Beautiful. And it's got a whole bunch of new leaves coming in. I'll get some close-ups later and just stick them in, I guess. So that was the first one I did before my my camera freaked out. Let's see if I can. All right, the second one I did before my camera freaked out was my Hoya Pubicalix. This one I'm kind of really annoyed it freaked out about because I had one pot that was in terracotta and it had 4 rooted cuttings that I rooted myself, and then this long stem I got at a nursery. And I pulled them out of the pots and I showed you the differences in the root systems, and they were the same. So this one stem from a nursery, grown at a nursery, had the same root system as 4 cuttings that I grew in my home. Just to show you that, nurseries really, they really know how to grow plants. It's a really ideal situation to grow plants. Not saying you can't do it, but yeah, that's the difference. So I put those all in one pot. I'm eventually going to have to trellis this guy up because he's growing so long. So long, the tendrils. Alright, let's see if... No, I can't put them there. Alright. Then the third plant I repotted in my attempts to film this was my Hoya Bilibata, or Bilibata, or Bertonier, or the DS70, whatever you prefer to call it. This is it. I repotted it into this lavender purple. I hope you could see the color. I think so. And I explained in that part of that video that the leaves at the end are always thinner than the leaves at the base. And that is because, I guess when you water it, the plant is pulling it from the stem into the leaves as it goes. So that's kind of like a little sign that I need to water it a little bit more. But I did just take this out of a terracotta pot and put it into this glazed terracotta pot. So I'm actually not going to water it more because this pot will hold on to more water than the terracotta pot, and hopefully it will help plump up the leaves at the ends. So, third plant I repotted. I was worried this video was going to be too long, but nope. It's just going to be a review of all the things I did. So the fourth plant I started to repot, and then the camera died again, was this Hoya Wyetii or Kentiana variegata. Not sure which one it is, but it doesn't matter. I still like it. And what I was saying before the camera rudely interrupted me was that the roots on this are well established, but the soil is like hard rock. It's hard as a rock. So what I'm going to be doing is soaking it. Some water. I'm just going to stick it in with the nursery pot, and just let it sit there. And then I'll probably repot this one last, just so we can help this plant. We can loosen up the soil. I'm probably going to put some new soil in this one, because when the soil gets hard like that, most of the nutrients is gone anyway. And yeah, it's just, sometimes it's just better or easier to repot and use different soil. So we'll put you to the side for now. And I'm going to put it in this yellow pot. All right. Now we can repot again. So the next color I have is this cute, it's like a light, it's in between a mint green and like a mint teal. That's how I see it. Any of you art majors who will argue with me, tell me what the real color you think this is. And yeah. And I'll just agree because I really don't know anything about colors. This is like a bluish greenish color to me. So this plant, I guess we'll put, I have two Repotting, and they're both doing well. This, we have a dead leaf here. Where are my scissors? Okay, so this part is dead. I don't know if you could see it, but we're gonna cut that off. Anything else on here look dead to you? This looks good. This is a nice long tendril. Beautiful. We're gonna have some new leaves soon. A little dead here. So this one's pretty good. This guy's growing. This is not dead. That's exciting. I got this. So later tonight, I'm excited. I'm going to be watching Plantastica's live stream. I just got off watching Pam's Pretty Plants live stream. She made like a terrarium out of like a 10-gallon fish tank, and it was really cool. So you should watch the playback on that if you haven't already. I'm sure you did. Like, really, come on. If you're watching me, you're watching them. So, but it really gave me some ideas. I have a large pickle jar that I just finished. You know, over a course of like 2 months, I ate all the pickles. It's like my go-to snack sometimes. And yeah, I think I'm gonna make a little terrarium of those small peperomias that I have out of that, and keep it like an open terrarium. I think that would be cute, and I think it'd be beneficial to the small peperomias that I have. All right, so let's first see what these roots look like. Now this one came in more of like a barky mixture, so I'm sure as I pull this out, it will all fall out. Yep. So it's holding on to some of it. So, I mean, there's good roots. Can you see the colors on that? That's a good root system. Alright, so I'm going to reuse some of this since the plant really likes it. The plants are doing really well in this mix, so I'm going to mix it up with the little soil I put in there already. And yeah, we're just going to make room for 2 of these guys in here. And I know some of you guys are going to be like, oh no, there's too much plant for one pot. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so keep it going. Okay. I might have to actually take some of it out because it's filling up the pot. Alright. Now these guys have like really thick leaves. They're called like, it's called the green bean Hoya because they're kind of like green beans if you've ever grown them, or have you ever seen a green bean? It's kind of like what they look like. So these guys really appreciate a a larger, chunkier mix, obviously, because they're not dead. So yeah, this guy's also doing really well. And I recently watered him or her. I feel like this is a him. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being crazy, but yeah, so we're gonna just take off a whole bunch of it and stick them all in. Okay, so we got that. There's probably too much in here for now. So we got one plant in. Oh, we lost a leaf. Sometimes just the leaves will root, like the Hoya carrii. And I've had one other Hoya leaf that fell off, and I guess it had enough stem because it rooted. I'm blanking on the name right now. It was rosarii, something like that. But that one didn't have an issue, so sometimes I just stick the leaves into another pot or whatever, just to see if it'll root, if there's enough stem, you know. Let the plant decide if it wants to throw out some roots or not. But yeah, and sometimes you'll be surprised at how resilient the plants are and what plants can grow from just leaves. I will say just that leaf, that I haven't seen anything else growing. So I haven't seen a stem yet. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet, so I would assume if it's gonna throw out a stem and start throwing out new leaves, it would happen within the next year, maybe. But even if it's just a leaf, that's fine. It's still a pretty plant. It's still a nice big leaf, so. Alright. Give it the spank. And that one is good. Now I am not going to water this guy for a while. The soil is still pretty wet. It is like a airy mix, but with the thickness of the leaves, I'm not going to risk it. We're just going to ignore him for probably a good month before I even look at you again, pretty eye. No, I'll look at you, but I won't give you any water. Okay. Stop being a creep, Kelly. Why are you whispering to your plants? I don't know. All right, we have 4 more left. We have 4 more left, but I have 6 pots. So that means I can get 2 more semi-larger Hoyas and pot them up. That's what that means to me. So pink. What are we gonna do with the pink one? We have the Hoya obovata. We have this carrii. We have the multiflora. And then we have a carnosa. I think I'm gonna do the multiflora. That's what I'm doing. I've decided. You guys, you're just like too wet to even reuse right now. At least it's too wet to reuse on the bottom of the plant. So this is what it looks like. Look at all those roots. Looking good, right? The soil's not too hard, so it gives me confidence that I can just stick it right in for the most part. Alright, so we're gonna take some of the side stuff, let that fill up the bottom, and stick it in, and then we're gonna backfill it. The multiflora likes to be a little more wet than other Hoyas because they're a thinner leaf Hoya. So I'm actually going to reuse this wetter soil that I put here to top coat it. And then the plant can, you know, pull out the soil, the moisture as it wants. And yeah, this way we're kind of reusing soil. We're not making too much of a mess. And yeah, perfect. It's perfect, guys. Got some soil here. Throw in there. Alright. Oh man. So, I don't know if I mentioned in this part of the video, but I'm finally like in a groove in graduate school. For now, anyway. I'm gonna say that and then something's gonna happen and be like, ah. But right now I'm in a groove. I'm doing good. I'm kind of like I'm not ahead of the game in schoolwork or anything like that, but I'm like, I'm almost caught up. So I'm feeling good. It's been a good day. It was nice out today. I actually left the house today. Wasn't stuck inside doing schoolwork all day. So that was nice. And this guy's already potted up. And now we're just ending the day with some nice repot into some pretty plants. So yeah. Alright, so that's that one. Next one we have dark blue. I think I'm going to put the dark blue, the abovada, in the dark blue. I think that looks cute. Alright, so let's see what roots we got on this guy. We have some. We have one decent, nice long root. I do like this mix though. It's like a sandy mix. It's like a sandy soil mix. And these are the majority of the roots. Alright, so we're gonna use this for the bottom of the plants where the roots are. I tried to use the plants, the soil the plant came in for coating the bottom of the new plant. One, because the plant is kind of used to those microbes and stuff that are in that soil. And two, when you put in fresh soil, it tends to hold on to more liquid. And I think that's why sometimes, or what has happened to some of my plants in the past when I've rerouted them. Oh, I got 2 plants in this guy. Who knew? Who knew? Very nice. You know, that's when they kind of start to rot. It's because you put the moisture holding soil at the bottom where the roots are, and then they kind of just rot, and that kind of just stinks. I hope the mic I'm wearing is blocking out the noise of my neighbor's children stomping down the stairs. But if not, what can you do? I don't think you've really been able to hear them in the other videos I've posted recently, so we should be good. But sometimes they just they really stomp. I don't know. Maybe they think if they stomp they go faster, but no. So, alright. This guy, I feel like he is like falling out. Alright. Alright. We got 2 more. And then I'm going to go watch Plantastica's live stream and try to think of some dares that aren't like crazy because, you know, we want it to be fun, not like wild. So, this guy is done. Look how cute that looks. That looks good. If I do say so myself, I repotted this one very nicely. Very nicely. Alright, and we have 2 more. I'm going to do my Carnosa next. I don't even know if you can be able to see him completely in the frame. He's such a big boy. I thought this was splash, but it's not. It's just like a little bit of damage. It's okay. I was like, oh, wow, my Carnosa has got some splash. And should we put it in the green one? We have this one. I have a dark green one. I'll put, this is supposed to be like a dark green. I don't know if it comes out. It kind of looks a little black, but it's a dark green. So we're going to put that one in there. I think that's a good fit. All right. Let's check out the root system on this bad boy. Looking good. It's holding most of the soil. The roots at the end look like they might have been getting a little bit too much water. But overall, it's holding the soil really well. That always makes me feel good about the roots. So I think I'm going to cut off a little bit, or I'm probably just going to pull off some of the roots on the bottom, because it looks like they started to either dry up or, I guess, dry up. I don't really see any rot on the sides, so those are probably the roots like hanging out of the bottom of the pot. Okay. Let's see. Make it just stick you right back in there. And then we'll just top coat you with some soil. I reuse my soil because one, I don't have, well, I don't have a fungus gnat infestation. I wouldn't use any soil that I thought I might have pests in. You gotta throw that soil right out. But these guys I know don't have any pests because I watch them like a hawk. All right, and I'm constantly spraying them with my alcohol water. Whenever I even see a fly, I'm spraying the fly. Running around the apartment just spraying them. Because I ain't playing that game. We're not going to have any of that, especially with my Hoyas. All right? All right. That was a really quick one. He just went right back in. It's a cutie. All right, and the last one. This one I'm a little nervous about because it was more than one plant, right? There was a couple more. It was a decent size. It looked pretty full. And then strings of it or stems of it died off. So, I don't know. Let's see what the roots look like. Oh, okay. I think I know the problem. The soil looks very, very moisture holding, which is going to be an issue if I'm going to be putting it into a terracotta pot. Although I think the plastic nursery pots are the same, like porosity wise. I mean, I could be wrong. See, these are the other stems that died. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think I'm gonna have to Google it now. But in my brain, I equate the porosity of the plastic nursery pots to like a terracotta that's been glazed and colored, like these guys. So I don't know, but I do know that these guys don't like to have too much water. So I'm gonna switch. I'm not gonna reuse this soil because this is like there's no pumice or perlite. Like this is just, it's not even like dirt. It's like peat moss, I guess, maybe, which I'm sure is great to root Hoyas in, but I don't think they like to stay there. All right, so I have some soil from one of the other pots I just repotted, but see the difference? See with the perlite and the non-perlite? This is more area than this, so this is what we're gonna base the bottom in. And I'm gonna stick this little piece in because I don't really want to mess up all the roots. And then we're gonna backfill it with the rest of this stuff. So I'm a hummer, guys. I like to hum. Some people like to whistle. I like to hum. And I was told once that humming is something old people do. Now, I'm not a spring chicken, but I'm not old. Young people can hum too, guys. Alright? Alright, so we got this guy potted up. Hopefully he doesn't die. Hopefully I didn't shock him too much. I do have a larger hanging pot of the Carnosa compacta, but I would like to start a smaller one, you know? If I can get this guy growing well, then yeah, I just feel like I've mastered the compacta. But until then, I'm just its pupil, trying to learn the ways of the compacta, just like the rest of us. Alright, so, oh, we're not done. I have still the Wayeti, I remember. We're soaking that guy. Oh yeah. I don't know what we're doing with that. I gotta find a plant that likes to be extra wet all the time. Okay, so we soaked this guy. Nice and thoroughly, I think. It still feels like, I don't know, but here we go. This is also a mixture that doesn't have a lot of perlite in it, and I think that also takes into account, like, when you do let a plant dry out too much, it becomes solid, like hard, and you know, it solidifies, it lithifies. Not really, because it's not really turning into a rock, but you know, it gets really hard, and then the roots have a trouble growing into them. So, ooh, making a mess, making a mess. Making a mess, making a mess. Alright, I'm not gonna mess with it too much because I don't want to kill it. We're gonna put nice dry soil at the bottom to help the roots get some air, because we've thoroughly soaked this, and it'll also help wick out some of this moisture. So we got that. I'm going to put you in here, and this is also going to be one that I do not water for a long time. I'm going to ignore this guy, and what was the other one I was going to want? I'll ignore the Repotting. And yeah, that's how I deal with my plants. I ignore them, because that's in my experience, or anyway for the plants that I get, that's what I do. I just ignore it. We got some more dry soil right here. I'm gonna backfill it. Help soak up some of that excess water so we don't rot the roots. And yeah. I will say, I think the nurseries are starting to catch on to the prices that the online sellers are kind of at, like on eBay and stuff. I have noticed since I've been up here, the prices of Hoyas going up. Like a pot like this would have been $16, right, because it's variegated and whatever, and now it's about the same price, but it's like $24. And that's, you know, that's a well, it's not $10, but you know, that's a good jump. Like, you know, that's like a tank of gas, guys. $24. I don't know if I can spend that on a plant. you know, especially if it's only a 4-inch. I don't know. But it's okay. Shake it, spank it and shake it, or shake it and spank it, however you prefer, and enjoy. Look how pretty. Alright guys, so this is a long video. Would have been longer, I guess, if it didn't die 4 times and all that and I didn't have to restart. But yeah, so I have 2, I would have broke those, 2 more pots. So that means I am in the market for 2 more 4-inch Hoyas. So, I mean, let's get on it. We could do this. It's exciting. So, that's really it. I'm going to clean this up now. And I'm going to hop onto Plantastica's live to go hang out and laugh, because I'm sure I'm going to laugh on that. And yeah, so I'll see you guys around. Relax, plant, and peace out.